Gorgeous Leo fam. Oh my goodness. I'm so grateful to sit with you today. I'm more than excited to have this heart to heart. It's an important time, and we have got to sit down and chat through this. The more I've been feeling through February, and I've done a handful of readings now, so as I sit with you, I've been checking through all the signs. February is a month of mystery, mystique, curiosity, and even uncertainty. We are in the midst of a lot of shifts, like major shifts. One of those shifts is happening in February. Another one's happening in March. We are in the midst of shifting over to this new 7 or 8 year cycle, and we've been working through it for the last few months. And as you know, that Leo full moon was the fallout of that, and what came up for Leos, like the week or two after that happened, was so profound. So leading into February, there is this sense, I'm going to start shuffling, of being mystified, I think, for a lot of Leos out there. So I have some notes while I start shuffling. The note is, trust this pitch modulation that will be happening in February, because there is a pitch modulation for Leos. It's been working at you, but February is a time where we're workshopping it a little bit. You've got to trust into the mystery that is in February this month. You have to trust fully into it and go all the way there with it. Lean into the mystery a little bit more. I've noticed with Leos, this is often our lesson. Knight of Cups. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot, you guys. That's a good way to start February, I'd say. I've noticed with Leos that beautiful lion leadership, warm, fixed sign energy is very good at being intuitive, being guided by 2 of Cups. Whoa. Okay, I like it also. Leos are very good at getting into that, I'm going to do this, I see what I want, I like it, I'm going to have it happen. Manifest it. But one of the lessons that comes back again and again and again for the Leo fam is this lesson of leaning into the mystery, leaning into the parts where our leadership and our roaring fire and our sustaining energy isn't always the thing that we need to lean on. 4 of Wands. What is going on? We are in Aquarius season. We are in Aquarius season, which is what I call mirror season. So I'll describe mirror season for you guys. Mirror season is when the sun is in our opposite sign. It's highlighting our mirror. Aquarians are our mirror. And Aquarian energy, when it's activated, which it is at this time, is a time when we are pitch modulating, and we're doing it because we have this very useful mirror in front of us. Aquarian energy just helps us so much to see ourselves clearly and see ourselves in new contexts, and the way our pitch is modulating and the way our frequency is modulating, in opening up to that. There's some interesting things happening with the shifts going on. So as I continue to shuffle and be completely pleasantly surprised by the cards that are coming up for the Leo fam this month, let's talk through this. So Venus is going to be in Capricorn this month. I love that. I totally see that. It's just, Capricorn energy has been just doing it for me recently. It's some good stuff. And Venus in Capricorn is nice for Leos because it helps you tap into your physical body. The goddess of love being in Capricorn there, it's that 6th house energy of checking in with your body, loving your body, nurturing your body, activate that prana, however you like to do that. I tell you what, you guys, 10 of Cups. I've never seen 4 relationship cards just boom, boom, boom come out for Leos like this. Like, these are the best relationship cards. 3 in a row, plus the Knight of Cups, also amazing. What is happening? This is great, by the way. I didn't really know what the pitch modulation was going to look like, but apparently it's going to look like deep connection. Apparently it's going to look like vast infusions of love. Okay. But checking in, Venus and Capricorn, just check in with your body. Oh, 7 of Swords. Okay. Oh, I got you on this one. 7 of Swords makes sense with what we've just had. And I'll tell you why. I can tell you why when I said the first word that came to mind was trust for Leos in February, it has to do with when things start to work, lack of trust comes up. So we'll talk about it. And there is a caveat to all this good energy. There's a caveat. The way to get to this good energy has a very strong rule in place. But let's talk through some of these energies first. So we have Venus in Capricorn. Like I said, check in with your body, love on your body. New moon in Aquarius on the 4th. That mirror moon, relationship moon, Fool. Beginners. We are in beginners territory right now. We are beginning a long cycle. And we have this new moon in Aquarius that is saying, how do you want to start relationship? How do you want your relationships to look? What do you want relationships to look like? Set intentions for that. We also have this Chiron shift into Aries. Hanged Man. Relax. These two guys right here, the Fool and the Hanged Man, know how to relax. 0 and 12. On a clock, these two would sit actually at the same point. And they know how to relax into this. They know how to trust, infinite trust with divine. Look, they both have a very profound sun element in these cards too, right? They trust their inherent nature. We'll get to it though. We'll get to it. Chiron into Aries. This is going until 2027. It's a fellow fire sign, right? And it's a very philosophical energy for the Leo fam. Chiron's the wounded healer. He wants to find where you're feeling the weakest and help that be the way that you heal. To find those deep wounds and heal that. Heal the way you view yourself. Heal the way you view the world. Heal the way you view even your Leo-ness as it is. Because there were limited things about how you viewed what being a Leo was in 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. And now it's time for this new way. 10 of Swords. And here's the pitch modulation again. And in fact, I'm going to pull one more because we can't end on 10 of Swords. There's no way. I just got full body chills right now because there's a very serious frequency shift going on for Leos. And y'all, this is a pivotal moment, energetically speaking. There's lovers. And that trust, oh man, you need it this month. That, how I said that there was a caveat to getting all that love energy? It's not a caveat, it's the doorway. The doorway to get into the reality that is based on that type of deep partnership love, deep community love. For those of you who aren't so much on the love front, deep community love, deep love. The doorway, the entranceway to get there is trust. Complete trust. Trust in the mystery. Trust in what was lost. Trust in the fact that you are no longer who you were even in September of last year. Trust that the people that are left, it's okay that they're gone. Trust that you have your own back. That is the doorway. And if you don't step into that doorway, this love energy that I'm seeing for you will continue to elude you, and it will feel far away because it's waiting for you on the other side of this trust energy. As we go into Pisces season, we're heading more into this death and transformation energy for the lovely Leo clan. Once again, we have some of that energy here in this reading, and there's a reason for that. In order to welcome in all this bounty of love, we do have to have a little death. We have to have some death happening in our lives. We have to create space to welcome in more. And that is happening at the same time. Pisces season is very profound for Leos. The way that the house placements are set up, the sign of ascension is the sign of transformation for us. So we have that. And as Pisces season begins, we also have this full moon in Virgo in that second house of what you love and value. Another 0-degree moon, another doorway, another invitation. And it's asking you to choose the way of seeing the world with bounty. And it sounds so platitudinous to say that. Well, just believe in the bounty, just trust and things will be fine, especially with some of the shock and the trauma that has come from things that have left your life, over the last few years. There's been a lot of leaving. There's been a lot of disappearing for Leos. There's been a lot of this sense that nothing stays forever. And with that fixed sign Leo heart, that can be really hard. It can be really hard to be okay with that consistent loss over and over again. It's like, why? Because there's a process there. Each of those interactions gave you a new piece of information, gave you a new door to unlock, gave you something new to open into. And now it's time to lean into this mystery. Let's talk about it. Okay, these first 4 cards basically tell me one thing. It's a one pitch, one note conversation. It's very clear. And I think you can all see it, even if you've never looked at a tarot deck in your life. When you see these cards, I think you can see the amount of coupledom and joy in love and deep connection, right? I mean, that is what these cards are all about, all 4 of them. Especially these 3, though. These 3 to me are my favorite cards. I actually prefer the 2 of Cups over the Lovers any day. I will tell you why in a moment. These are the best love cards, 100%. Because these cards are about equality, seeing your peer, having a peer in your life, not somebody you're trying to raise, not somebody you're trying to lift up, not somebody who mirrors back at you your own self-love and value. This is about that contentment that is reflected back at you from a partner because you have it within. Speaking of mirror season, if you look in a mirror at a woman who loves herself and stands by herself and feels that self-secure groundedness and that brightness, you're going to enjoy looking in that mirror, right? Same thing with a partner. And if you look in the mirror on one of those days where you're just being really mean to yourself, is it fun to look in that mirror and continue to be mean to yourself? It's awful. Same thing with a partner, right? But I'll tell you what, this Knight of Cups is popping in here with an offer. I mean, that's the thing. This month starts off with a full cup offered to you. There's where that trust doorway gets into high gear immediately. It's like you have a choice the way you start off this energetic cycle, this energetic month. With that Aquarian new moon, that love moon, that relational moon, it's like, are you going to trust and lean into this fog a little bit? Because I've got something right here for you. But you got to trust into this. You can't keep holding on to like what's left your life and feeling like something was missing. You missed a step or you missed something. It's like, no, you've got to lean into this because there's something there being offered up to you. And what that looks like is very beautiful partnership. But it really does depend on your state of receptivity and your state of trust. It really does depend on your openness to this, to be able to accept this kind of love. And that's always going to be the case. It doesn't matter what month or year or what transits are happening. That will always be the rule. It's one of those unfailing rules. It's, yes, sometimes it's just super frustrating. You can't skip it. You can't just be like, can't I just have the affirmation first and then work on myself to help me? It's like, it always starts from this place. However, this is very strong energy for Leos. I'm feeling it in my solar plexus. This is very strong energy for Leos. So if you're willing to get on this energetic train that is with Leos, with Aquarius season, with this energy for you, it will take you really good places. It will take you fantastic places that you can't even see from here, probably watching this in January. So leverage this energy. Go with it. There's so much of this like warm, gentle love energy all around you for commitment, for a long-term relationship. Even if the relationship doesn't show up this month, you feeling this energy is the most attractive thing. Projects will come to you. Community will come to you. People will come to you that just want to be around this, and you will feel so good in it. Like, this is good feeling energy. It's very jubilant. It's supportive of you. It's setting you up on a long-term track as well, because the 10 of Cups is about the long-term journey of love. Not just the short term, not just the immediate. Now, the reason I love 2 of Cups specifically for relationship, it's about peer-to-peer emotional connectivity. It's not about karma. It's not about, oh, you did this to me, I did this. It's not about repeated cycles. It's not about reliving things. It's not about trying to make things right. It's about peace and harmony, sharing, and good communication. 2 full cups brought to the same table. You bet your ass that is the way to go with love. Okay, so we have all this beautiful energy, like just here, take it. And then we get Seven of Swords, right? Now, the paranoid, been watching, reality TV version of ourselves is going to say, oh, see, that love was never real. I'm going to get burned. That's not what's going on when the Seven of Wands or the Seven of Swords shows up in this conversation. You know what's going on? When you have been in a place where it's felt like things have fallen out of your life, where things have had to morph a lot, where it's had to transition, where you've had to trust loss, and things start to feel good again. We've talked about this a number of times because things have been improving for Leos quite steadily. There have been little setbacks, but things have been improving in general the last year. When things start to go really well, and you've been through some trauma, you've been through some shock, you've been through some loss, especially with your Leo heart, you have defense mechanisms. You have like thieving alarms that go off when you feel like you're too relaxed or something's too good to be true. And you start looking over your shoulder. You start wondering if this person's doing this to you or you doing this to this person. And the thing with Swords suit is it's always about the intellect. It's always about the rational mind writing stories. 100% of the time when Swords shows up, it's about using language to write stories that cannot compute to the soul level. So your challenge here is the door is open. You say yes. You jump on that bandwagon of this beautiful love energy. You will be tempted to go here with the Seven of Swords. But you know where you're asked to go instead? Here. And even here with the Ten of Swords. The thing with all three of these is these are reset energies. These are reset energies. They ask us to shed a skin, yes. Shed an identity, yes. Shed a version of self. And quite honestly, this is quite visceral. And I want to talk about the Ten of Swords for a minute. I'm going to get back to Fool and Hanged Man, but here's the thing. This is kind of like killing off a version of yourself, just being done with it. Being done with all those stories about how you can't have this or that, or you have to put up with this, or you have to kill your dreams of what you really want in a partnership because it's not coming to you, or why you can't do the work that you want to do, why you can't take the center stage like you want to take, like why you can't share your heart the way you want to share it, why you can't do that. That's got to go. Hard, fast, it's got to go. This month, there's no playing around. And you will feel it if you resist letting go. You will feel it because what you're supposed to be doing, my beautiful Leo family, I'm going to be doing this too, so I'm with you, is trusting in this soft opening, this new beginning. You got to trust into it. The Fool and the Hanged Man are deeply tied to the sun, to the source of infinite light, of infinite connection. They're not writing stories about why they can't be connected to the light. Even the Hanged Man, who has been hung up by the mob, knows that storyline can't sever his connection. The Fool is on a cliff about to step off. He knows that he has to trust into this. Both of these figures are on journeys. They're on a journey where they don't know how it's going to end, but they know that they're connected to Source, so they trust. Their chests are open. If you notice, both of these are not protecting their heart. They're not, because they're not inviting people to come in and just stab it. They're saying, you can't touch my heart because I'm connected to Source. I'm connected to myself. I trust myself. I'm grounded in myself. I know myself. I'm secure in myself. So you can look at my heart all you want. Enjoy. Lucky you. But you know, there's quite a difference here, isn't there? This guy's heart is not open. He's ready to stab anybody who gets in his way. He's like running away with the materials to keep stabbing people and keep them away from his heart. There's a dualism going on there. You're going to be checking in with that. Now, like I said, it's time to let it go. If you can, the Lovers does pop up. I'm not giving the Lovers a bad rap, but this is what I will say about the Lovers. The Lovers is about parity as well. It's about, divine lovers. It's about that idea of soulmate twin flame often comes up with Lovers. It's also about parity. It's also about good matching. So it's about good communication. It's about being able to express yourself, show up in that sunlight again. And the only way you're going to be able to show up in that sunlight and show up into this beautiful love energy that is all around Leos, my goodness, is if you put the swords down. I know they seem like great tools, and they're very subtle. They can be as subtle as just being like, when you don't know how a situation's going to roll out, just trying to cut it off in your own mind. You know, just being like, I'm just going to cut that off. I know how to survive on my own now. I've lost enough. It's those little subtle things where you start writing yourself into a place where you're no longer receiving love. Don't cut yourself off. Don't cut yourself off. Don't preemptively cut yourself off because it's a little foggy at the beginning of the month or it's a little mysterious. Don't cut yourself off before it gives the chance to show you. Practice trust. I did do a short affirmation for you guys that I think is really important. It's just 3 short sentences, and I think, Leos, this is what you need this month. I am free. I am loved. I am secure. You need all 3 of those. Leos need to feel their freedom, that they can step into a room, that they can move in the way of the world the way they want to move. They also need to feel very loved and very held, and we also need to feel very secure. Security often comes from our root chakra, so grounding is really important. Check in with that first. Actually, what helps Leos show their heart, the way I was talking about, be able to use these chakras up here and have them open and receptive and sharing, is if you feel grounded and rooted. So focus in on that. Look up some meditations or some tools that focus in on that root chakra to find that secure base. It will help you open up so much because naturally you have that heart already activated. So where Leos need to work on this month is the root chakra and the grounding. So I am free. I am loved. I am secure. Keep that in your back pocket. It's really good this month, you guys. I am being stern with you because this is a key point where we can shift this all over, but we've got to get in there and go for it. We're also prepping for Uranus and Taurus in our 10th house of our reputation in the world and how we move through the world and making things happen. We're going to have some revolutionary energy in the fixed sign family, and this is a good time to get your head on straight with receiving love and allowing yourself to feel love and open to mystery so that you can let Uranus do his electrical magic over the next 7 years. I love you guys so much. You know I do. You are my family. This is my family. This is my pride. I have the Year Aheads on Vimeo. If you're curious about how this year is shaping up for you, you can check that out. I'll leave the link below. I'm working on the Flow series. I'm very excited to add more episodes. It's going to be such a beautiful journey, so please go check that out as well. Both are on Vimeo. Links in description box. I'm wearing PinkLune, my best friend. She is just such an amazing person. I will leave her Etsy shop below. She's giving you 15% off, and she's going to be adding so many amazing things to her shop, all one of a kind. Like, if you buy something from her store, no one else in the world will have it. No one. Like, it will be completely unique, almost guaranteed. Most of the stuff I wear, it's like there's not another one that exists in the world. So just a heads up. You can find me on Instagram at @SarahTarot. I would love to see you over there. And you can find me on my website at SARAHTAROT.com. I do personal readings, so if you want a reading, head on over. I would highly recommend. I'm booking into May, June, and on, so you want to get on that, get a birthday reading for your solar return. I'd love to do that with you. Plan ahead a little bit, and we will have an amazing time. I love you guys so much. I will see you in March. Lean into the mystery. You got this. You deserve the love. You deserve the love. You deserve to be happy. And you deserve to put down those swords and open up. I'll see you soon.